Tesla new Shanghai Giga Factory. You may be familiar with this logo, or if not, maybe you're familiar with this person. Besides selling flamethrowers, building tunnels, and launching rockets to space, this man is also known to have designed one of the best electric cars today, the Tesla. The market for electric vehicles is rapidly growing, especially Tesla, an American company known for its innovative technologies and modern design cars. In fact, it's gradually increasing to be more significant since it has now expanded its production to a country known as the factory of the world, China. Tesla vehicles have 4 models: the Model S, Model 3, Model X, and the Model Y, all of which consist of cool features that explain why most of us are so eager to buy our very own Tesla. There are many features on why these particular electric cars are such a massive deal in the electric car industry, and let me just name a few that I personally love, such as their advanced parking sensors, that big screen on the middle that has so many options, the superchargers. Even the key itself is impressive. And oh, don't get me started with that autopilot mode. The next thing you know, Elon Musk has flying cars. The demand for Tesla's products exceeds their current supply since they do not have the manufacturing capacity to meet their current need. And obviously, a straightforward solution to this problem is to, well, increase the supply. How to do it, though, is the big question. But don't you worry, this is where the Tesla Giga Factory comes in. And by Giga Factory, I'm talking about the 3 fully operational giant facilities that can produce up to 500,000 cars per year. Plus, the best thing about this is that the Tesla Giga Factories are made to be environmentally friendly. 2 of Tesla's Giga Factories are located in the United States, while the 3rd factory that was approved for building in the year 2018 is located in Shanghai, China, the world's largest market for electric vehicles. And if you didn't know, China's government required foreign manufacturers to create a joint venture with a local company or shoulder a 25% tax on imports if they wanted to settle a factory in China. Still, Tesla didn't do any of that. This Giga Factory is actually the first outside the US and the first entirely foreign-owned car plant in China. And it won't be the last, since Elon Musk stated that he would build a dozen more Giga Factories around the world. Giga 3, or Tesla Giga Shanghai, is estimated to cost around $5 billion to construct, and maybe even more, considering that it is constantly expanding. Also, a little fun fact about Giga Shanghai: it quickly started its trial production merely 10 months after it was planted. Not even a year passed and they were starting making vehicles left and right. Because supposedly the company had a deadline to meet, but the Giga Shanghai came together way before that said deadline. Don't get me wrong, being ahead of the deadline isn't a negative thing. In fact, it's a confidence booster. With their long-term lease agreement for the 210 acres of land, Tesla can now, in a way, solve their supply and demand problem, since the company has said they're expecting to achieve up to 12,000 monthly production rate, and as to which the rate will gradually rise since, as I mentioned, the Gigafactory is still expanding and adding more infrastructures within the old ones. Now, you might be wondering, how can a giant factory that can produce 500,000 cars be environmentally friendly? The answer is sunlight and a whole lot of commitment. Tesla expressed their desire to achieve zero net energy from the very beginning, long before the first Gigafactory was made. And today, they've actually done it. In fact, Elon Musk even said that the bigger goal is to change the way the world uses energy, resulting in a complete transformation of the entire energy infrastructure. And Giga Shanghai has proved that you don't need to rely on fossil fuels or any other non-renewable sources to mass-produce something great.
If the big industrial companies in China and the US and Europe, the big car companies, if they also do this, then collectively we can accelerate the transition to sustainable energy.
Speaking of production, the Giga Shanghai first started producing the Tesla Model 3 cars in October 2019. But due to the restrictions and complications COVID-19 brought, the entire facility, including the workers, were put on hold until it finally resumed in February 2020. Now, production is in full swing. The only difference now is that they have precautionary additions to keep their workers and products safe from the virus. The Tesla Model 3 is a 4-door fastback sedan, and this vehicle is even considered the world's best-selling electric car since March 2020. Now that's an impressive title, and as for the Made in China Model 3 or Ys, there is one feature that'll make it more distinctive compared to the USA made. It's the Chinese characters located on the left of the trunk. If translated, this feature would sound like Tesla. And honestly, this small change just makes the car a lot better. Not long after they've resumed operating, as promised by the company, the Made in China Tesla Model Y was made available for orders, followed by the start of its production in November 2020. Then, finally, in the first months of 2021, the MIC Model Y is now part of the deliveries that these groups of trucks will simultaneously collect and distribute. This compact crossover utility vehicle has similar components to the Model 3, and it also has up to 3 rows of seats that can be folded to accommodate large cargoes. As of now, the Giga Shanghai is producing these 2 models, but it won't stop there since rumors and news are spreading, saying that Tesla is preparing for a new vehicle to be designed and produced soon in this very Giga Factory in China. With hundreds of millions of dollars worth of production equipment installed, such as stamping machines and paint shops lined up in a long row, the company proceeded to produce a simplified, more cost-effective version of the Tesla Model 3. But all that heavy and tiresome work isn't entirely done by machines or robots, as some would say. For safety reasons and for a more effective outcome, Giga Shanghai has acquired around 2,000 employees scattered all around the 9,300,000 square foot area of the workspace. Besides China being experienced in the field of production, the company also stated the facility was about 65% cheaper to build and that it is significantly less expensive to develop their Tesla Model 3 and Y in China compared to when it was in America. I've mentioned earlier that Giga Shanghai was the first factory the company had outside of the United States. While this factory is marked as a memorable milestone for Tesla, Elon Musk also called Giga Shanghai the template for future growth. And based on the numbers and all the rates they've been receiving, safe to say that this factory is going good so far, and because of that, Tesla is yet again planning to invest 42 million yuan in establishing another factory that focuses on manufacturers and researchers for superchargers. The Tesla Model 3 was the best-selling electric vehicle in China, and Tesla's sales more than doubled when they created Giga Factory. However, Elon Musk's actual goal is to make the Tesla cars more affordable, and with the help of local sourcing, they can lower the expenses used. Additionally, the length of how far the company will make doesn't even end there, since Tesla is planning to ship cars made in Giga Shanghai to places like Singapore, New Zealand, and even in some countries in Europe. Oh wait, they already did that. Tesla has already shipped 7,000 Model 3 vehicles from the Shanghai factory to Europe and counting. Remember when I said Giga Shanghai is constantly expanding? This is what I mean. News about Tesla Giga Factory Shanghai expansion. This Giga Factory is one of the most giant factories, not just in China, but in the entire world. But apparently, the 210 acres of land that they paid for is getting cramped up. So, of course, Tesla added 113 more to occupy. It sure is smaller, but it is big enough to accommodate that newly designed vehicle we were talking about earlier. I wonder what this new model will look like. Nonetheless, I know that the outcome will be excellent and sturdy considering that Giga Shanghai contains one of the best high-tech equipment, like all of Tesla's Giga factories. Not just that, but also because as a factory that's enormous and complex as Giga Shanghai, they have excellent management, resources, and efficient work progress, which all promises a high-quality outcome for the Model 3 and Ys. And if Giga Shanghai is performing this well, do you think the new and upcoming factory in Berlin will come out just as good? Or maybe it will be even better? Tell us what you think of it in the comment sections below. Until next time!